Hi, this is BillioTipster, and I made this video to help you understanding what I do and how to get started with my sports betting tips. But first, let's talk about how I got there. I've always loved watching sports, and as I was a teenager, I needed money to get my freedom. So I started betting small amounts first, just to try, and it went pretty well. Over the years, I developed my skills on analyzing sports events and eventually make profit out of it. And as time passed, thousands of people joined my community to get my tips from everywhere in the world. You know, they're just like me, people trying to make the most of their passion, sports. But out of all sports, tennis is my favorite, to watch, play and bet on. And it's also the one we're following the most in the BillioFam, which results on very good predictions overall. I'm talking about 75 to 90% of successful tennis tips every month. It also has more parameters that I can take into my analysis, such as the player's form, his favorite surface to play on, the ability to spin the ball, etc. In other terms, I get to know the players better, whether it's their technical abilities or their mentality, which helps me a lot giving better prediction. But what's the BillioFam? Well, the BillioFam is the name I gave to my community. It's also the group you need to join if you want to get my tip. By the way, you don't need any previous knowledge on sports betting to become a member and start. You'll learn as you go and watch my stories on social media. You therefore have two options. Option 1. You can decide to inspire your own bets from my tips, but be careful, you must have experience with this. Otherwise, this makes no sense. Which is why I highly recommend option 2 for all the members, which is to replicate the exact same bets as I do. Now, before we go any further, I want you to learn more about my vision of sports betting, its utility, and the potential risks there are. First of all, I believe that being financially stable is important if you want to start sports betting. You can't place bets on online bookmakers if you're not over 18. Make sure sports betting is allowed where you live. Don't aim to become a millionaire with sports betting, you'll waste your time, but rather to create a solid second source of income and set yourself steps and goals. Just consider it as bonus. All I do is giving advice relying on my knowledge. You should know that you can't always win when betting on sports. Losing is part of the game. Betting should always remain fun and exciting, and you should stop when the fun stops. Now, with that being said, let's move on. To me, sports betting is a way to both invest my money and have a good time watching sports. The feeling of adrenaline when watching a match, discovering new hot teams or tennis players, this is why I like what I do. When you begin, it's fundamental to know how much to start with. Obviously, you're the only one knowing the amount of money you're comfortable starting with. Think about what you have to pay each month, like your rent or your bills, to then determine how much cash you have left. And that's where you make the decision to either spend it in casualties like shopping, restaurants, or to smartly invest it and try to grow it. Basically, what I like to say is that I use my profit from sports betting to cover my daily expenses and enjoy life in the same time. And if I have some money left, then I'm reinvesting it in several other industries or businesses, as it is always important to have different sources of income. Now, let's get to the final part. How to join the BillioFam and get my tips. Get your phone or computer out and go at BillioTipster.com. Click on Start the Adventure or Sign Up and start filling the blanks. Then you have the choice between different membership options. Whatever your choice is, you'll be able to get my tips on all sports. Choose the right one for you. And that's it. Congratulations! You have now officially become a member of the BillioFam. The final step is to create an account on a betting platform to actually place the bets. Choose the one you want, as long as you can replicate the exact same bets as I do. I also can recommend you the best platform depending on what country you live in, so feel free to DM me on Instagram. Remember, I share tips on football, tennis, Formula 1 and esports in the form of one safe bet a day. Usually, the potential return on investment varies between 60% to 150%. It really depends on what matches we have that day. Now you know everything and you're finally ready to start your adventure in the BillioFam. Make sure you follow me on all my socials, Telegram, so that you're notified when a bet is up on the website, and you stay informed with the results, tournaments and news. Instagram and Snapchat are the easiest way to get in contact with me, so if you have any questions or whatever, it is the best way to contact me. I'm sure you will also enjoy all my stories as I'm talking a lot about sports and about cars and about a lot of different things, so make sure you do follow me. Lastly, if your matter is regarding something more technical or something about the website or your membership, you can send an email to the support team at contact@BillioTipster.com. Oh yeah, and one last thing guys, we are a team, we're together in this, so we win together and we lose together. Whenever you win a bet thanks to my tips, feel free to send me a screenshot of your bet on Instagram and tell me how much you won. It's always a good time for you to ask me about personal strategies or any other subjects. And guess what? I'm happy to speak with you all, so don't be shy.